to the Cinementalists. Noun, plural. Definition, those whose love for movies runs so deep, they can't help but do a podcast about them. Hosted by Colton Robertson and Joseph George. Hello everybody and welcome in to the Cinementalists, where today we are concluding a wonderful month of coverage with The Nice Guys, originally released on May 20th, 2016, written for the screen by Anthony Bagarozzi and Shane Black, directed by Shane Black. I am Colton Robertson. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, buddy?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it is always a pleasure to have you. And back like he never left, K-BEEZY, Kyler Barnett.
What is going on, man? Sorry, I had a last-minute technical difficulty there. If you couldn't see those in the live,
I tried to really drag it
I wish
out.
they could see it. The listeners on the pod could see the live right now to know how much of a panic I was in. Because the minute you said 3, 2, 1, I press record, switches to my AirPod to the voice log, audio goes on to the TikTok again. I'm like... So, yeah, man. Hey, on a real note, I'm not letting it spoil my intro. It's been too long since I've been back. I am pumped to be here. I am pretty sure I gave you this idea, not to claim it, but just like I had thrown this out as like, hey, I want to be a part if you ever talk about this movie. Stoked to be here for this movie. More importantly, stoked to be back talking with the fellas again. It's great to see you guys, and god dang, I miss it, man. It's been a crazy summer for me, coaching baseball.
Well, hopefully this isn't a one-off.
No, man, I'd love to get in the mix, and
the
timing's kind of right, man. Just spring and summer gets to be pretty crazy with baseball and whatnot getting picked up. So, just downtime now. So let's do this.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it. Let's fucking go then, K-BEEZY. Kyler Barnett back in the house. Yes, a year ago, give or take, Kyler did hit me up. And I remember I was reaching out to various people who had been on the podcast before and was kind of like, hey, this is our upcoming slate. If any of it is interesting to you, please let me know. And it did happen to be one of those periods where Kyler was in a busy swing of things. And he was like, hey, I can't do it right now. But if you ever do this movie, I would love to do this movie. And so I'd been looking for an excuse for a long fucking time to do this movie, just for the sake of getting Kyler back. And frankly, I also already loved it. You know, Kyler, he hit me up and was like, The Nice Guys. And I was like, fuck yeah, you would like The Nice Guys, wouldn't you? That's such a fun fucking movie, man. But me and Kyler, we watched this for a repeat viewing. Joe, this was a first viewing for you. How'd you feel about The Nice Guys?
Yeah, somehow a first viewing. I feel I've heard of this movie, but never once did anyone actually explain what the story was to me. I feel like it was. I always just knew Russell Crowe, Ryan Gosling.
Well, how
good movie, funny movie. You know, it's funny, but like honestly, funny feels like a side, like it's funny on the side. It is a funny movie. It's great, but it's just a great movie to begin with. That like the story was. I was not expecting the story to be what it was whatsoever. Right. I thought I was getting into The Other Guys. Is that what it's called, with Mark Wahlberg and with the Wooden Gun and Will Ferrell? Like I thought I'm getting into some buddy cop parody or something like that, and then like I get what I'm in, or like here, and I feel like it's the perfect blend of like what you want out of a Ryan Gosling movie, but then it's actually like, oh damn, this is meaningful in a playful way, but like I dug the story completely.
It's a Shane Black movie, man. It's a Shane Black movie.
Yeah,
Iron Man 3, Shane Black. You know, that's another movie that Kyler Barnett here has been a part of to discuss. And Shane Black, he knows how to carry that heart wrapped in a comedic package. And I think that's always going to work. K-BEEZY, what drew you to this movie to make it one that you were like, if you ever talk about it, I want to be there?
Man, I think so as soon as I watched it, immediately there was something about it that like felt familiar in a certain sense, and I couldn't kind of figure out why. And usually, and I thank you guys for this, honestly, because until I had started even talking about stuff like this, I really didn't dive into like the credits and like who's doing what on what jobs, who's done what movies, tying threads from like early movies, late movies, see like a director or somebody's full body of work to kind of get an idea of, you know, just what they've gone through, their life experiences, their creative whims that they get on and things. So when I watched this movie, I had no idea Shane Black was the director, and as soon as I looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh, Iron Man 3. And I'm not necessarily trying to make this movie exactly that, but there's just such a like tonality to the humor. There's a pacing that like is so familiar, and I very much enjoyed Iron Man 3. If you can recall that conversation in an episode way back then. So this movie is just something that I was like, I want to be on it. There's a thread from one of my earlier episodes with you, Colton, to now this movie. And then on top of that, when I watched this movie, it was like the perfect timing for the humor that this movie brings to the table. It was like I couldn't have watched it at a better time in my life. I was totally ready for it. And I eat it up, man. Ryan Gosling is like, this is some of my favorite, the physical comedy, the just like general range of...
That's a lot of blood.
There's so much to like, and I also feel like Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe is probably like, if you had never seen this movie and I asked you to put together a duo of actors for a buddy cop, you would never say those two. And it's great. It's perfect. And somehow, like, I was looking at the credits on IMDb for this, and I noticed that like the third highest character as far as like where they basically sorted all the actors and actresses as far as like appearance, I'm assuming is how it usually goes for credits, no? So you've got Ryan Gosling, Russell Crowe, and then you have Andrew Rice, the daughter, and then you have literally the next guy. I'm like, I think he was in like the last third of the movie, honestly. It's like he's hardly in it.
John Boy?
Herb?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, Matt Bomer.
Andrew Rice in this movie is hilarious. The dynamic, just the way that she bounces off Ryan Gosling and even Russell Crowe, it is so funny. And she's an important character in the film. So for her to like not only carry her weight, but punch.
Oh, absolutely. He's having technical difficulties. I'm gonna let him ride. But I'm right there with him. Andrew Rice is. I checked out my first review of this movie on Letterboxd because this was a third viewing for me. I'd done this movie not once, not twice, but this was the third time. And my first review, I was like, Andrew Rice is unbelievable in this, and I stand by that because. This is prior to her big credits. This is 2016. Spider-Man Homecoming is until 2017. Mean Girls, which she just led, the Mean Girls musical that she just led was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, 2024. Like, this is ahead of her time as a leading lady, quote unquote. And obviously she didn't get that real leading opportunity until Mean Girls. And goddamn is she good. I absolutely love her in this. And, you know, don't say and stuff. Just say they're a horse here.
Just say they're doing absolutely anal. You know, or like that's another one. Like they're doing anal and stuff.
Top tier, man. Top tier.
Dude, it's so good. And one thing that I also love about this movie is Ryan Gosling's Ryan Gosling. I love Ryan Gosling. You know, an overwhelmingly common comparison is Ryan Reynolds for Ryan Gosling. Attractive white man, does his thing, does it well. This is when Ryan Gosling found his thing. Ryan Gosling
really 2016?
Ryan Gosling, don't get me wrong, he was a big deal before that, but he was taking, and I don't want to minimize what he's done in the last 10 years, he was doing a lot more performance-wise. The swings he was taking were very different. This movie changed the way casting directors looked at him. It changed the way that he approached projects, and he started filtering everything through the Ryan Gosling thing. And again, I don't mean that positively or negatively inherently, but there is again, his common comparison often is Ryan Reynolds, whose thing has worn completely thin on me. I do not like Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Gosling, and I text Joe this upon completing the movie, the reason they're so different is that Ryan Reynolds' whole personality feels like it was crafted in a lab to make people laugh and be appealing to the masses. That's like, it feels like it's very, very fake. It feels very constructed and wrong. Ryan Gosling feels very human, and I think that ultimately makes him a much more likable leading man. It makes him capable of being Ken, where if Ryan Reynolds is Ken, I'm rolling my fucking eyes the whole goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Gosling, he's charming as all hell, and this movie, as far as like what came before it, that he's really doing that specific thing, because what he's doing here is what he does not exclusively, but for the most part since then. You know, The Fall Guy, he's this guy. Project Hail Mary, even, he's this guy. And again, that's not limiting him. He's not just some goofball. No, he's doing a really, really good job. Blade Runner 2049 might be the only thing since then that I feel like he's playing a very straight, grizzled, smoldering, what's the word that they would use to describe Jon Snow? What was he doing all the time?
Solo, scoundrel.
Jon Snow. I think, right?
Smoldering is definitely one of them, but like I can't remember. I can't remember exactly what it is. But regardless, just that vibe he has, where he is lovable as all hell, and he's brooding. Thank you. That's it. That's the only role I can really point to where I go, yeah, he's brooding his ass off. And this movie came out same year as La La Land. 2016, big year for Ryan Gosling.
Wow.
That's a damn good year.
That's a fucking great year.
2016.
This is a year removed.
Come on. That's just a
2016.
year
what a year!
overall.
Yeah, music, movies, sports. Jeez Louise, it was great. God. Anyway,
I think like the Ryan Gosling and Ryan Reynolds comparison is Ryan Reynolds is acting. If he's like that in real life, that would actually be annoying. But if Ryan Gosling is like this in real life, that's awesome. He's actually genuine, and like I truly don't think he's really acting most of the time. Like it feels like he would be like this in real life, in most of his roles.
Well, and that's what makes you a good actor, you know, is to feel that natural, is to feel like it isn't fake, and to feel like I believe you, you know, I believe that you could be this guy. And what I also like about this movie, and again, characterization wise, this is a completely different character than the character he plays in Project Hail Mary. This is a completely different character than Ken. You know, these are different characters than the big roles he's gotten in the last few years, but he plays them roughly the same way, and he does it in a really, really interesting capacity. Like, there is a thing he's capable of doing, and he does it in Project Hail Mary a couple times, but for as seemingly joyful and jubilant a fella as he is, Ryan Gosling's sadness is as real to me as sadness I've felt myself. You know what I'm saying? Like when he looks at his hands and it says "You will never be happy," and he just kind of sits there and leans back and is like, "Oh god damn," you know, like. And then there's a moment in Project Hail Mary. Kyler, have you watched Project Hail Mary?
I'm so ashamed to say this, and I didn't really want it to happen this way, but I couldn't remove myself. I went to a buddy's family function, and they had it on the TV, and every single person in the whole house was gathered around the TV watching the last 50 minutes of it, give or take, maybe hour and 15. And so I kind of just had no choice but to sit there and endure the last hour-ish of the movie.
Right.
Which was so upsetting because I had looked forward to seeing it. And my TV's super nice for a movie like that. Like, I want to watch it on my TV, not anywhere else. And it was just God,
it's beautiful.
So I kind of half paid attention. It was hard not to because I knew I was gonna really love it.
Right.
But also selfishly, I'm trying to preserve it. I'm trying to preserve it any way I can. So I kind of half paid attention, but.
You will love it. And again, Ryan Gosling is almost almost entirely why.
No.
Not, yeah, like there's a moment. Oh yeah. There's a moment in the movie that you might have even seen, but with full context, it really hits. He hits one of the gasp cries in Project Hail Mary where he goes, and
it's so good.
Oh, fuck me. I'm like, oh, you fucking killed that. You know, like and the way that his eyes, you know, they're said to be the windows to the soul, etc. You know, like I again, that goes into what Joe was talking about, where I feel like he just feels so effortlessly real and natural on screen. And I don't want to focus on Ryan Gosling exclusively, because the reason he shines so much is because he's doing this well with Russell Crowe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Who is undisputedly one of the best actors of his time. You know, we are 16 years removed from Gladiator at this point, and pretty much I don't know that this is the beginning of a run for him where he's just doing whatever the fuck he wants, but Russell Crowe hasn't done anything that isn't whatever the fuck he wants for a while now. Like he was in The Pope's Exorcist. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to be the Pope's Exorcist. That's a fun fucking idea, and he's like, yeah,
Zeus,
let's go.
Thor: Love and Thunder. Why not? Jarrell in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Fuck it. He's having fun. He's earned it. He was Maximus, and it's like, let's go on. I love his voice in this one. Fucking, I'm Russell Crowe. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. It's so
Jackson Haley. Yeah,
it's so gruely that it's like, oh man, like, and yeah, he's like the actual PI. I feel like, you know, and then like
ironically, because he's not.
You see the actual private investigator in the movie, and you're like, how are you how does that make any sense? But he's like actually got game. He just doesn't. He's just immature, or shows that's his facade. It's like
an alcoholic
facade of true. He definitely has an alcohol problem. That is valid.
And I love that the movie concerns itself so little with being like one of the annoying tropes, like one of the things that Holly Angery Rice does for Russell Crowe's character whenever she's like, if you kill that man, I will never see you again. That works perfect. One thing that I love that this movie never tries to do is that she never tries to stop her dad from drinking. She just acknowledges that he's a drunk, you know? Because a lesser movie would be like, Dad, if you pick up the bottle one more time, I swear, you know, but they're like, yeah, fuck it. In fact, Russell Crowe's back on the fucking bottle after this. Like, the end of the movie, he's drinking again, even though he's been trying to kick it the whole time. And it's actually a satisfying ending, which to be able to pull that off is hilarious.
Well,
where's the sequel?
One thing, that's been I read up on there's a whole hive that's all about it, Joe. It's a whole thing. But one thing I was going to say about Russell Crowe, and I think it works so well in contrast with Ryan Gosling, like, it's amazing how, like, they can somehow be so compatible comedically, yet, like, you speak of Ryan Gosling, like, he's obviously more of the drunk, like, kind of, like, careless, so to speak, yet, like, Russell Crowe is definitely a little more grovelly and a little more, you know, whatever you want to say, and yet somehow they both still find themselves in similar hijinks, yet both, like, have totally different, like, one under, this is such a small detail, but I absolutely thought this was a hilarious bit, was Russell Crowe just beat the shit out of Ryan Gosling in the kitchen at the house, walking out, daughter walks up, hey, you want a Yoo-hoo? Tosses him a Yoo-hoo, cracks it open. Next shot you see is him walking into his house with 2 fucking cases of Yoo-hoo. Like, the man hadn't had a Yoo-hoo in like 30 years and had one taste. Quitting the bottle, he's like, give me 4 fucking cases of Yoo-hoo
right now.
And then the dude knocks it over, and he's like, you fucking serious?
Oh, you're gonna die.
He's like... He's like, you fucked with my fish, you broke my Yoo-hoo, I'm trying to quit drinking, and it's motherfuckers like you that drive me back every goddamn day.
Keith David, man. Keith David.
Oh, my gosh. Too. Forgot he was in this movie. I would, if you had told me who the villain of this movie was, I would have said that one dude who blows the paint in his face. He's
blue face.
He's annoying, whatever.
Fuck that
Keith
guy.
David is who I would have been like. This whole the guy, the literal guy. I was like, when I saw him on IMDb, I'm like, I don't even really recall that guy being on like the screen all that much. Like,
right. Yeah, John Boy, played by Matt Bomer, who I actually like a lot. I really, really enjoy Matt Bomer, but this is a very, very down the middle role for Matt Bomer. He's a really, really talented actor, very good at singing. He actually came up in one of our episodes recently, indirectly. He's in the show The Doom Patrol, Joe. We talked about Doom Patrol very briefly. He's Negative Man in that, and he is super good in it. He was in a show last year called Fellow Travelers, and he's in a queer sitcom comedy called Mid-Century Modern. He's a busy guy, and he does really, really good work. And this does feel this role feels like a small swing for him, which is really interesting. It's a fascinating casting. And not to say that I don't like it, because I quite do. I like him as John Boy, but again, yeah, him being fourth on the list is fascinating, because you'd think that would even go to Margaret Qualley or Keith David. And this is a real young Margaret Qualley, as she didn't get her real breakout role for another 3 years in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And then she's obviously been everywhere possible for the last couple years. Again, very, very solid as Amelia. Definitely one of the more important roles in the movie. The basis around which the story pivots, if not the most important character in the movie. And I really, really like her. I've always liked Margaret Qualley, though. Every time I see her, she does it for me. I think she's great.
One thing I want to focus on, and that I really love about not only this movie, but I think Iron Man 3 and Shane Black kind of makes a knack out of it himself, at least in those two movies that I've seen, is movies like he seems to find himself doing. Not only do the settings seem to change very rapidly, but the story moves very rapidly, and so follows the humor moves very rapidly. And one thing I love about that is it involves so many different characters, but almost so much opportunity for the physical comedy to change. There's so much potential just within different settings. You think of the bowling alley scene in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Top tier hilarious. There's the scene at the burnt down house. Every scene with the grandmother, Amelia's grandmother or mother, hilarious. Yeah. She is hilarious, bouncing back and forth with them as just
Lois Smith,
the older character. And then on top of that, you have the guy outside Dean's house, the little kid on the bike who's like, "You want to see my dick?
Yeah.
I got a big dick."
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
wow.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And early on in the movie, there's a lot of he defends minors, or is that his only gig, or does he just beat up
Russell Crowe?
Yeah. Is it he
I
just
think
protects
that is
minors
unfortunately
more?
something that he is often hired to do.
That's
because again, he makes it very clear whenever Margaret Qualley is paying him for protection, he's like, "You're $7 short."
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I know it's a good deed, but that's not why I'm doing it. He's like,
no, I'm doing it for the fucking cash. And that makes that obviously sets up a really fun trajectory for him, and same with Ryan Gosling's character. And to speak to Kyler's point about the rapid pace and the rapid comedy, what I love about it too is the ability to switch tone on a fucking dime. We're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. One of my favorite comedic beats in the movie, immediately followed by the most devastating thing that happens in the movie, is whenever Margaret Qualley escapes the house, runs down the hill, waves down a car, they go into the car, and it is the guy who wants to kill her, and he goes, "Huh, that's funny." Him going, "Huh, would you look at that?" And then, pop, wow. And you're like, oh, it just immediately sucks the air out of you. And that's good shit. And to immediately, again, follow it up with a scene where Russell Crowe is wrestling with the weight of what's happened, and Ryan Gosling is still almost too drunk to be able to care,
but staring at the burned down location. She got shot right in front of the previous lot. Home. Yeah. And it was damn. I was yeah. So it surprised me how much the movie hit me, or it was never truly I'm crying tears I didn't cry, or anything. But it's dang, no, it did get emotional.
It's affecting
at times, yeah. And I think one of the biggest pillars, thematically, is shame. In one word to put it there, a 13-year-old can put it so simple that it makes things black and white. You kill that guy, I'm never talking to you again. You're a bad person. Or like, don't, because I'm your father, whatever, just tell me straight. Am I a bad person? Yeah, you're a terrible person. And it's like, hearing it from a child means that it's like more genuine. I feel like that's
don't
just
sugarcoat it. Don't do anything. And she goes, yeah, you're a bad person. And he's like, oh, you weren't going to sugarcoat it even if I asked you not to, like even if I hadn't asked you. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That is one of the pull throughs that always makes it, again. And I think this happens in Iron Man 3. You have the little dude that Tony buddies up with for a little bit in the middle of that movie where he, my dad left me, and he goes, sorry, shit happens. That whole thing, he makes him he gives him his fire again. He makes him realize what's important. And I love, one of the things that I love about that beat with Holly saying to Jackson, if you kill this guy, I'm never going to see you again, is that, yes, it's important to him. Like, it's important to his morality that I probably do need to change. I probably shouldn't kill this guy. But the idea that he found a partner in anti-crime and his daughter lovable enough to, like, that weight is enough for him to be like, you're right, I do want to continue this relationship, and I won't be able to if I do this. That's pretty cool. And the idea that, like, there is this little found family aspect to the movie that really anchors it, because if it's not there, you're left with a fun story, but you get a little bit more of that heartwarming heart to it because of the found family.
All I know is we're some suckers for some found family, because this is Bad
always.
Batch. Shane Black did it in Iron Man 3 with Harley Keener?
Harley, yeah.
Harley Keener, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Batch.
I'm always a sucker. For the found family, man. And and it is obviously, again, anchored with the actual family as well. The actual father-daughter relationship between Gosling and Rice is really, really affecting.
Yeah, and one thing I was going to say about it, you kind of touched on it earlier when you talked about the drinking thing, where, like, you kind of realize, like, she's not trying to stop him or anything. I think the dynamic I get is, like, she tells him straight up, like, yeah, you're not a good person. But, like, you can tell that she doesn't, like, hold it against him. No. And I think there's a freedom for him in that. Like, you can almost see, like, the relief of, like, yeah, like, obviously I got shit to work on. I knew I was kind of, like, swimming upstream with it, but, like, at least I know you're not, like, against me with it, so to speak. Yeah, man, like, it's just it's such a fun dynamic. Like, all the characters interact so well together. The humor is so fun. Like I said, there's just such a great range of humor you can tap into when you can have 14 to 12 year olds on screen bouncing off of Gosling. Like, the underrated thing about the whole, like, my dick's really big thing, like, that whole joke, like, I'll show you my dick. That thing is so funny because it pays off when the next scene, and again, paying off Shane Black, just cutting to a new setting, new time of day. It's nighttime, they're in the car, and Ryan Gosling is ranting about how the next generation is such a, like, they suck. Yeah. This kid is literally living rent-free in his head still hours later that he's talking about how fucked up and screwed the next generation is. It's, like, hilarious.
Oh, it's so funny. And again, those scenes in the car are some of the best scenes in the movie. Whenever he falls asleep at the wheel, let go, man. All cars do that now.
Oh, shit. All right, sure.
And he's like, whoa, okay, cool.
Oh, the massive human-sized bee in the back seat that's talking to me right now? All right, cool.
Buckle in, Bumble. Yeah, hey, he's like...
but without that mistake, they don't realize that the money bag is fake, and they probably die when they get there.
I love that Ryan Gosling is the drunken master kung fu Jar Jar Binks character in this movie, which is so fucking funny. Things just fall into his lap.
Yep.
And it's not because he's incompetent. He is right sometimes. Like whenever he's like, he calls him out and he's like, it's not a flight. And he's like, did he stop? That whole, did he stop? And he like continues and he explains that it's this apartment, it's this, da da da, and then he's wrong about the apartment. But on their way to the airport, where they think they've made the mistake, they find the right hotel, and he's like, "Oh, duh!" Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah, I don't think he was on the right track when he was flirting with the
not at all.
Was it the Indian or the I can't remember. She was dressed like the Indian, right? And then
Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pocahontas.
I thought you were talking the Department of Justice's.
And
like
he
secretary.
stumbles all the way off the edge of the house. Hilarious. Then he lighting up the cigarette, lights it. It doesn't light. Lights it up again. Looks right and then.
I'm telling you, my boy, I love him to death, and for good reason, because Ryan Gosling is an incredible, incredible actor and seemingly good person. Michael has modeled himself after Ryan Gosling so whether knowingly or unknowingly, Kyler, I don't know if you've ever met Michael, but me and Joe, one of our best friends ever.
Is this Muehlberger?
Yeah, Muehlberger. Yeah.
Mule.
He's modeled himself so completely after Ryan Gosling, whether he knows it or not, that like I see him in so many of his actions, and that was one of them.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
The energy is there. They have and great role model. Ryan. Like I think it's a reverse effect. With like Ryan Reynolds, I loved him at first as Deadpool. When it was new to me, I'm like, oh, this shit's hilarious. Like this is,
right.
I love it. And then when the more and more I heard it, I'm like, okay. You know, like
I'm tired of this.
The Adam Project, I think
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Yeah, like a sci-fi movie that's right up my alley of like time traveling and meeting your younger self. But it's like, it's got the Ryan Reynolds humor and it's all the same. And I'm like, I don't know. The more it's dying on me, but Ryan Gosling, it's only growing on me.
Gosling also hit the fucking gold mine finding his fucking personality like this. The amount of money this man has made, not just over the last 10 years, but in the last year, has to be unbelievable.
Well, and I was going to say, it's kind of interesting, like, to chart out this rivalry between the two, because you kind of look like the timeline or the way that they've kind of climbed the ranks has been very similar. And I think you see both kind of reach that, like, teetering point where it's like, is there another level above this, or have you reached the peak yet? Mm-hmm. And I think you saw
the height of your powers, yeah,
right. And so I think Ryan Reynolds. What was the movie? I always get these mixed up because it seems like for like a 5-year span there was like 4 movies with like a loose reshuffling or addition of like a couple words similar.
Yeah,
Free Guy? Is it Free Guy?
I'm right there with you, dude.
It
Free Guy,
like
Nice
Free
Guys.
Guy was the time they tried to make Ryan Reynolds as commercially viable as possible with his sense of humor, and it just kind of never really took off from that point. Like, yeah, he's obviously still made very big movies, but I don't think he's grown
Deadpool
in any
and Wolverine
popularity.
was a $1 billion movie.
I don't think he's grown any in popularity. I think more people are coming to the sentiment that we kind of have shared here with it. Whereas I think Gosling has similarly gotten that crack, and I don't know, his is more of a like amalgamation of a couple shots, maybe adding up to a similar scale. Again, wasn't Free Guy a Netflix movie?
Free Guy was not. Free Guy's a Disney movie.
Okay, so again, maybe
because it has all the Disney properties. There was a run of Netflix movies with like the one that he did with The Rock and Gal Gadot, and the one that he did with Mark Ruffalo and Zoe Saldana, and Ryan Reynolds did a bunch of stuff back to back to back with Netflix. And don't get me wrong, Ryan Gosling has one of those shitters under his belt. The Gray Man is not a good movie. With Chris Evans, the Russos directed it. It's straight to Netflix. Gal Gadot might be in that one too. I don't know. I will never forget. I watched that movie with Emily. I did not watch that movie, and here's why. I was watching that movie with Emily. We were like, all right, so we've got to be 45, 50 minutes into this thing. I shit you not, we were 19 minutes and 12 seconds into that thing. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. And we shut it off. So like, I don't want to say that Ryan Gosling's absolutely untouchable and he's never made a bad career choice by any stretch of the imagination. And frankly, I might be full of myself saying that. I'm sure The Gray Man is a perfectly enjoyable movie. for a lot of people. And I think that is the interesting thing about the comparison between Ryan Gosling and Ryan Reynolds, is that for me, there isn't one. But there was this, because they were the two Ryans, and they were the straight guy's idea of the hottest man alive. Like it became a forced rivalry, as it were, quote unquote, where it was like we always pit them against each other. And I find it really, really fascinating that ever happened, because you mentioned that their trajectories have kind of mirrored each other. Gosling's been around a long time.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was a Disney original.
He was a Disney kid. He was a Disney kid
then, right?
Like 30 years ago. Like Remember the Titans is 01. The Notebook is 04.
Oh, Notebook. Wow. See, Notebook is where he like really, I feel like
that was when he ascended.
Well, because like Remember the Titans, he's playing a high school kid. He seems like a high school kid. He's really not like a key. I mean, he has a role in the movie.
Yeah, but he's not an important
role. But like
role.
he's not, keyly featured.
The Notebook is absolutely his first. Like, oh, you're going to be him. Roles.
I'm looking at the Google Trends now of Ryan Reynolds
to that same note, think about how long it took him to really kind of drive out of that. McConaughey talked about similarly getting stuck in that rom-com or that kind of romantic, like, that type of movie, just getting basically typecasted as that. So think about how long it's taken for him to that point, 2004. I mean, holy crap, that's...
Yeah,
what was he in?
That's
2011?
That's 22 years ago, and he's still doing like
Crazy Stupid Love and Drive.
Was it 2011? Because that's his next.
That's
spike.
a big year. That's a big year for Ryan Gosling. Drive is a pretty widely regarded film bro movie. One of those where it's like Drive it's like Fight Club. It's like Pulp Fiction. It's like, yeah, it's a good movie, but why do you like it? One of those, and Drive has and he is the main character, Driver. And Crazy Stupid Love is the other one that I absolutely adore. Has one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen in my life.
David Lindhagen?
David Lindhagen? Yeah, I fucking love Crazy Stupid Love. And his rapport with Emma Stone, which is then later on expounded upon in La La Land. And maybe even also in Gangster Squad, if I recall correctly. I think it's those three movies that Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling have been love interests.
I see.
But
yeah, that the trends, Kyler, you are spot on about he spiked up for not Remember the Titans, but the Notebook. He had the biggest spike of his career, but then a plateau until Crazy Stupid Love and Drive, and then here it is his biggest spike. Like this is when he became
La La Land
Ryan
and the Nice
Gosling.
Guys.
Yes, like right here, but surprisingly, Ryan Reynolds over time has him beat.
Ryan Reynolds absolutely has him beat, and I was going to bring this up.
I think I think Project Hail Mary is massive for Ryan Gosling. Like I don't know if I don't think Ryan Reynolds ever hit the knockout punch to like really cement the career, like to set it on a collision course for something greater, like with what Ryan Gosling's done with Project Hail Mary.
No,
Ryan Reynolds will never receive the critical acclaim that Ryan Gosling is capable of garnering. Barbie is absolutely a career. That late in his career, a fascinating, even bigger, like your life just changed. You know what I'm saying? It was in the wake of Barbie that he booked the Star Wars movie, and he's now going to be the MCU's ghostwriter. Like he's going to be in the MCU. He's going to be in Star Wars. He headlines a couple of original movies in theaters the last couple years, The Fall Guy, Project Hail Mary. And that's what's really interesting too. Anna's bringing it up in my chat here, is that just because he's reaching commercial acclaim that meets the critical acclaim that he is capable of doesn't mean he wasn't doing anything for those years, because you look at the run that he did in that time where he was plateauing. I look at that and you go, Lars and the Real Girl, great movie. Blue Valentine, great movie. The Ides of March, good movie. The Place Beyond the Pines, great movie. The Big Short, won Best Picture.
That was good.
That's the year before this. And he is one of the best parts of that movie. Along with Steve Carell, of course, who he also starred opposite in Crazy Stupid Love. He's when it comes to Ryan Reynolds's commercial acclaim. And this is a really broad stroke. I'm painting with a big brush here. But you've heard of coworker music, and you've heard of coworker movies, and you've heard of coworker TV. Ryan Reynolds is a coworker actor. He's your coworker's favorite actor. Oh, I gotta go see Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh, did you really like the X-Men movies? No, I really like Ryan Reynolds. That's the, and I don't want to. That connotation carries with it something that feels inherently negative. But Ryan Gosling is simply too human to be that. And Anna, again, is bringing up in my chat that you maybe even more closely, more accurately compare Ryan Reynolds to John Krasinski, who feels like an everyman, feels like he should be something else, but
John Krasinski is trying to do Ryan Gosling, but failing.
But is landing more near Ryan Reynolds.
It's again, just can't hit the knockout punch. Like, both have been given massive commercial, attempts at basically cracks at it. Ryan Reynolds, I was just thinking about it. It's crazy. He's been given in like a decade apart almost, same opportunities to really hit the knockout and just can't seem to land it. Like, think of Green Lantern, and they tried to get him in that franchise and really like tentpole him essentially, and it just didn't work. To say that he was given a fair shake as Deadpool the first time around isn't fair to Ryan Reynolds, so I won't hold that against him. But again, involved in a major franchise, but he wasn't even given an opportunity to be a factor or someone, so that's besides the point.
I've brought this up before, and I think it's fucking hilarious, but Ryan Reynolds' outward disdain for Green Lantern is the funniest shit of all time, because he met his wife doing it. You'd think that he would at least kind of go, well, it wasn't all bad, but he never does. He's always like, yep, shouldn't have done that. And I'm like, what's wrong with you?
When you're married. That's the first time I've ever heard marriage as it's the guys without balls, and like Ryan Gosling or March, whatever his name is. He answers Munich, but Russell Crowe is like, what, marriage? And I was like, I don't know, that caught me off guard there. I was like, I've heard the old ball and chain. I've heard all of that. Yeah, but yeah, Munich. Interesting. I've never thought of that once before. You know what?
Well, it's also wrong. He's thinking of the word eunuch.
Eunuch,
That's
Germany?
what I was thinking.
No, Munich is a city in Germany. A eunuch is a man who doesn't have his balls.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Remember, that's what they call Varys in Game of
That's what I
Thrones.
was gonna say.
It's not
That's
a
what I was
Munich?
gonna say.
A Munich is a city in Germany. Jackson is absolutely right about that. A eunuch, EUNUCH, is a man who doesn't have testicles.
Eunuch. Oh, wow. I actually had it wrong in my head the whole time. I thought Varys was a eunuch, dude. Oh, no. Oh, no.
That made that a lot funnier, unfortunately.
Oh, man. I was like, wow, crazy coincidence, actually.
I don't know if Kyler did the same thing I did, but you started talking about that, and I looked right at Kyler on my screen, and I was like, oh, this is going to be funny.
I said, wait, he's still not, like... Oh,
he doesn't.
What's funny is the thing I was trying to get to was I couldn't think of Varys' name. I was like, oh, it's the guy. Like, that's the only reason
Varys.
The joke landed for me, was because I didn't really know that word or term.
I wouldn't have known that
way
either,
until Varys. So I was like, oh, That's what he's thinking. And then I was like, yeah, now I'll never hear Munich the same ever again. Like, now anytime I see Munich, Germany, I'm going to be thinking of
Russell Crowe being like, that's a city in Germany. Munich. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's like, well, why would they name a city that? I love the sense of humor that this movie has. Like, I love the ending whenever he's like, look on the bright side, nobody got hurt. And Jackson's like, people got hurt. And he's like, I'm saying, I think they died quickly, so I don't think they got hurt. You know, like, the body count in this movie is obscene. The torturous things that happen to people are outstanding. It is one of the Munich quote is the third quote on IMDb. Guy without his balls in Munich.
I trusted him.
My dad was stationed there. Right. Hitler only had one ball. God damn.
Yeah.
I think I'm invincible. It's the only thing that makes sense. Yes. I don't think I can die.
Yes, he realizes mid-movie he has plot armor and he can do whatever he wants. Oh yeah, that was funny. And then how do we got to get up there? You know, they like, I don't know what we got to do, but we got to get the film's up there. And then it just flies out the window.
Yeah.
It's just like,
another one of my favorite line reads is whenever he goes, Jesus Christ, one at a time. And Janet goes, you took the Lord's name in vain. And Holland goes, no, I didn't, Janet. Yeah. I found it very useful, actually.
I found it very useful.
Janet.
There's one where, oh shoot, where does he say it? He says something.
You know who else was just following orders?
Jessica goes, sorry, Mr. March. My sister kicked us out. She's having a guy over. March goes, God, your sister is such a whore, Jessica. She goes, yeah, I know.
He has no barrier of children talk. He just speaks to children as if they are adults.
Dude, also, like, there's just, again, the bits are so quick hitting, and it's what makes it just so fun because, like, you're laughing for a different reason every second. And, like, what's funny is, like, I can sit here and rattle off all of these, like, quick hitting jokes, like, still after the fact. They don't lose any staying power by being short. Like, they're not cheap laughs in the same right. Like, the guy, March walks up to the bar at the party, and he's like, I'm not drinking. And the guy's like, free drinks, what do you have? And he's like...
That's the only thing of the movie I've seen before, is the gif of that. I've seen just
that's funny.
Huh? And I'm like, I never knew what it came from. But then I see it, and I'm like, you know, I was like, oh my God, I was the Leo in the chair.
And then they go to the top floor finally, and then all of a sudden they see all of the guys getting slaughtered. The guy gets thrown. They just go back into the elevator, spam the button, and then the guy gets thrown out the window as they're in the elevator.
Mm-hmm. What are we gonna do? We can't go back. She's dead. She's dead, man. And then
I'm just looking for my gun. No big deal. Yeah. Just looking for my gun.
Yeah. Oh, definitely calms me down.
Does this mean my dad is dead? Does this mean my niece is dead? Yes! Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry.
But we're gonna get the guy who did it, don't you? Yeah, I love how the daughter always comes in for the rescue. She's the mature one.
Chet.
Yeah.
March, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can.
That was a Michael thing to me. That was the Michael moment for me in the movie. I don't know why. Is when he chanted to himself, that no one can. I don't know why, but yeah, it's there's
one of my favorite written lines in the movie, as far as like an actual, just a joke that is delivered as a joke, not necessarily situationally funny or physically funny or anything like that, but just I didn't know what it meant the last time that I watched this because I hadn't watched movies with him in them. The Omar Sharif joke. Omar Sharif is an actor who was huge in the 60s. He was in Lawrence of Arabia. Very big deal. Whenever Holland, goes, God, no, she's blind as a bat. She has actual Coke bottles for glasses. You paint a mustache on a Volkswagen. She says, boy, that Omar Sharif sure runs fast. That's just a well-constructed punchline. Like, that Omar Sharif, he sure runs fast. I love that shit. Fucking Chet.
Great mustache, actually.
Great mustache.
Yeah, looking fantastic. Hitler stash, but full and beautiful, Like, it's...
You're talking about Omar Sharif?
It's strangely Hitler at, I don't know why he's giving Hitler energy when I look at him. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like
I don't know how to explain that either, Joe.
If Hitler was attractive, I don't like. This is like just push Hitler to the full mustache. It's good. And
you
just
looking
not
at the same
evil.
guy, Joe?
It's Hitler polarized, the good version of Hitler. You know what I mean? So it's not bad.
Okay. Time out. Joe, did you Google Omar Sharif? Is that all you did? Was just Google it? And are you looking when you're saying that he looks like Hitler? Is it an article from The Guardian and a picture of him in bed with a woman?
No, I'm just on all of his images. I'm just on the.
I was going to say
his hairstyle looks like it.
It is a straight comb over. So I was going to give you like maybe the benefit of the doubt because I looked through the images and saw nothing that made me think that. But then I went to the all and saw the one picture of him with a comb over, and I was like, maybe, but no. No, I don't think so.
The comb over is really strong. Actually, there. See,
the comb over is really strong. No, that one I see what you're talking about. That one I get it.
But good, Not take all the bad parts out of him, and a bad comparison to make. Just when you compare anyone to Hitler, I feel like
he's been front of mind. He's front of mind.
I was gonna say it's a recency thing, Joe. That's all it is.
Ich bin ein, and he's like, huh, and it's. I think he's making a reference to Adolf Hitler. It's like I love
the bit where Holland can't smell, and then like it's played as a joke for so long, and then they're like, "Yeah, that's why his wife is dead." That's actually so fucking funny. I'm sorry, it's not supposed to be funny. That's one of the funniest beats in the movie for me. Like whenever she explains what happened to her mom, and is like, "Yep, couldn't smell, so she died." I was like,
"Oh, that's what." How was? Wait, did I read it wrong? I was like devastated off of that, or like was that his cope?
It's supposed to be devastating. It's supposed to be devastating. I found it funny. I think that sort of explanation for something like that is hilarious. Like for something that important.
I mean, yeah, but like and he doesn't smell it at all, and
it makes sense. Don't
like,
get me
I
wrong.
guess, yeah, it's like okay, I see how
it makes sense. I'm not trying to say that I was like, haha, it's hilarious that your wife died. No, I think it's hilarious that the reason your wife died is because of this one-off joke that they made earlier in the movie about him not being able to smell, and like that makes it that like anchors that joke in a way that you're like, oh, like even in that moment during that joke. Healy says something, it just like gets better all the time, and he goes, "That's really insensitive." Like it. This shit means something to him, which is I think that's unfortunately a very funny beat for me. It's not supposed to be funny, but like whenever she's like, "Yep, because of Dad's nose thing, didn't smell it, house blew up," and like just the bluntness it's delivered with is always just kind of like, whoa, that's heavy.
Why. I think it can go two ways. Like, it is for real and he can't smell at all, and he didn't sniff the propane or the gas, whatever, and then the house burnt down, blew up. Or it was that he just didn't want to listen to his wife, and his wife was saying, hey, something is wrong, and he purposefully was like, no, it's nothing. And then it happened to actually be true, and then she's dead. So I thought that there was something more coming, like that it was...
coming.
But no, I thought it was gonna.
Speaking of, there's a quote. This movie's so quotable. It's so freaking funny. But
there's a cum quote.
I was just tying it in because March at one point says in the movie. So you're telling me you made a porno where the point is the plot? It's the IMDb. There's never been a more valuable IMDb quotes page than this movie because again, there's so many
line after line, bar after bar.
I'm giving you a rim job, rim shot. I love. Why does Ryan Gosling have rim job and fist bump or fist my bump? He's got fist my bump from Project Hail Mary and rim job from here.
He likes butt stuff.
I just remembered in the scene with the kid on the bike talking about his dick where he's like, $20? He's like, we already paid you 20. What am I saying?
He's like, oh, that's actually wrong. He's like, no, that's not what I meant. Yeah. But man,
that's told to me by a wise old Indian. Of course, I fucking witnessed it.
Richard Nixon appearing in the pool, and that's when he knows. He's like, "Shit, I'm dying." He's like, "No, not right now."
So funny that random cut, like that. Just say it. Just say that. Things have multiple. You can look at them from different perspectives. Just say that. No. Then later, when he's about to die, he sees Richard Nixon. God damn, I love that.
Great story, though. Actually, if you just said it, it gives no meaning. You don't remember.
They're going to be all right.
Yeah. That would be terrible. Like if that, I would think I'm going to hell. There's no way I'm thinking that's real Richard Nixon. If I saw it today, if I saw Richard Nixon telling me I'm gonna be all right, I know I'm fucked, or like
you're fucked.
I'm done. Like that's GG from there. But I guess in this time period, I don't know.
It's my husband. He's gone missing.
Oh.
It's my husband. He's gone missing. Missing? I'm terribly worried. He's never been gone this long before. And he looks and sees the urn with his name.
Yeah.
How long?
Haven't seen him since the funeral.
Oh. I can start right away.
Yep. I got it. Yeah, dude. His vice is just taking money from people when maybe he shouldn't be.
Dude,
I guess.
We can't talk to you. We're dead.
Also, have you ever seen... Yeah, we're dead, asshole.
Have you... on their finger. He's like, I thought you were dead. Sorry, man.
Have you guys seen the meme that's like, I'm accidentally good at my job and it's the worst thing that's ever happened to me? That is March to a T. The dude is trying to spit game at a shorty at the party and falls down a hill and ends up being good at his job. He is just the most...
Oh, it's so...
While he's saying he's good at acting. I'm a good actor.
Yep.
And he's acting. And then he does it really well. Was that a stunt double or was that him, though? So, but you don't know.
Got it.
So he's really good at acting and the production is also really good at their job.
Exactly. God, it's such a good movie, man. It's such a good movie.
I had to question the mermaids. What were you doing while I was working?
Yeah.
I was in the pool.
Why?
You were in the pool? Yeah. Yeah. I had to question the mermaids. Yeah, dude, I fucking love it. And it was exactly the right note to conclude the month on.
This was nice.
Going from 76 to 2016, bookending the month with Taxi Driver and The Nice Guys.
Wow.
I mean, what films are more comparable? Both feature
a taxi driver.
And pornography pretty heavily.
Wow, true. Filmed pornography on screen for many to see. This is, okay. Wow. A little connective tissue, I guess, for a little, I don't know, what we're trying to do as well.
This is an interesting historical goof that IMDb lists as the top goof. At one point, Holland yells for someone to call 911, but it wasn't implemented in Los Angeles until 1984.
Huh.
The number 9... Wait, 84. 84.
You're trying to think of some historically significant thing that happened in 84. They're like, God, we got to get 911.
No, that's just... I never knew when 911 was established, and I always thought for some reason that it was post 9/11. But
that'd be pretty...
That'd be fucked up.
Morbid.
I think that'd be worse.
They're like,
if it was like,
you have an emergency? Never forget.
I mean, that's why, honestly, that's where I thought well, not where it came from, but a way that we never forget.
I think it's just kind of an unfortunate coincidence. Like one of the most major emergencies.
Do you think they were like, what better day? Like, I know that I know, but it's like, fuck, it's the number they call for emergencies. Let's give them the biggest one they could think of. I mean, I'm
telling you, there's a major.
All right, that was the Petty Blue podcast, everybody.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there's a certain gas station franchise that was so thankful it didn't happen 2 months earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
any publicity's good publicity. Maybe they
I still can't
it.
believe.
I don't know.
I still can't believe the New York Jets stuck with it.
Damn, that's true. But the name change would have been defeating, though. It would have been.
Yeah, it would have. They got to own it.
It's like, fuck, damn it. Why do we have to be?
Oh, all right. That's all I've got for the 9/11 jokes.
Yeah, that's
maybe all I've got for the nice guys, but dude, I love this movie. I'm so happy we got back around to it. As I said, Kyler mentioned it probably a year ago, comfortably a year ago, and I'm so glad that we've finally done it. And Kyler, I look forward to having you on more regularly here henceforth for the next few months before spring and summer spring and the beginning of summer roll back around. But I've been very pleased. This has been very, very enjoyable. But I'm going to do some plugs. We are going to rate this movie, and then Joseph is going to announce what our first movie will be in the month of August, because we're back on our cinema surprise bullshit. And I'm very excited. I cannot wait. So every Sunday right now we are covering House of the Dragon. It's going very, very well. I think the TikTok lives are having a very positive influence on the actual podcast. All of our shows are having top 5 months they've ever had. It's done very, very good. So I'm very pleased with it. And House of the Dragon is what got that popping. So geek with me, House of the Dragon on Sundays. And when that concludes, we will be covering Lanterns every Sunday. Thereafter, tie that back to Ryan Reynolds, baby. How about that? Pull through. Wow. You'll love to see it. Yeah, so House of the Dragon right now, Lanterns thereafter, and obviously we're going to still be here doing the Sentimentalists in between. But yeah, so let's rate this film on a scale of 1 to 10.
Add another
and we're doing this as a collective, Kyler.
Yeah, 3 box.
You no longer have the means to just rate it on your own. We factor in an average here. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where does the nice guys hit you?
I'm leading off.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Do you guys go decimals?
Do you want us to lay up? We do 0.25 intervals. Intervals. There's nothing. Yeah, nothing crazy. We've been crazy in the past. If you visit the show about 5 years ago, it's obscene how intricate the rating system could be. But now it's just 1 to 10, 0.25s in between. And I have a tough time deciding where I land on this one. I think that, we're the most loving critics alive, we don't cover movies we don't like to talk about, so when it comes to a movie being a 9, it's not difficult. And I'm definitely at least there, I think, with the nice guys.
Okay. Well, I was going to give you my conservative, noble podcast, very critically minded. Let your bias I was going to say 8.5. I was going to say 8.5. I know that's not true. But no, I think a 9. I think 9 comfortably this slots in. Mm-hmm. The 9, I'd go 9.25 even. I'm fine with that. I don't think it's quite 9.5, because I don't think you could say it's pushing closer to 10 than it is 9. But I think 9.25 is more than fine. Again,
a healthy middle ground for you.
The beats and the humor and just everything about this movie, the time period, something that I don't know why I'm nostalgic for everything in this general vague 10-year window of where this movie takes place. But I want to
70s shit is so fun, man.
I just want to have lived it. I just want to have seen it, and yeah, I love it, man.
Fuck yeah. I'm right there with you. I go 9. I go 9 flat. I think that's right where I live here. Super fun movie. Surprisingly good. A lot of fun visual storytelling along with all sorts of physical comedy and actual written comedy, and really well performed and heartwarming. And I just don't know how much more I want out of a movie. That's where I'm at. So if I'm left that positive on your film, I got to go ahead and give it the love it deserves. So I'm going to go 9.
I wish I could go 9.6 to be 6.9 and nice. It's the nice number. Reversed nice a little bit, but
I see.
But 9.6, and we don't even do
your
that.
Your brain,
here.
Joe. Your mind.
I go places.
You can do it. Go for it.
Joe yearns for
we
the
make
days,
the rules.
Joe yearns for the days of complicated rating so bad.
No, actually, the simpler system is much better. The fact that we used to go genre, enjoyment, and critical rating all separate, and then that accumulates to the final
nightmare.
I guess maybe, sure, it makes more sense to break up a movie into components.
I'd be willing to bet that we arrive at the number roughly just doing it this way.
We want what we want, so we know how to score it to get where we want to go.
Well, I mean, if I could just say fuck it and throw a 9.6, I will.
Go for it.
But I mean, it throws the average to a 9.28 or 92.8.
That's good.
So 93. If we went around it to
93% on the old sentimentalometer.
Mm-hmm. The good old
sentimentalometer. Sentimentalometer. Sentimentalometer.
It's a great word. It's a fantastic word. But there we go. That's just a little lower.
Order a hamburger with no honey mustard.
But I would agree. I think that I was a little more attached to maybe it's Denzel. I don't know. Maybe it's that. But I was a little more attached last week. This is just. I was very fun. It was very entertaining.
Oh yeah, this is the good shit. It's just a good fucking time. And with that, cinema surprises abound in August and September. We're doing a fun thing this time where Joe will pick a movie week 1, I'll pick a movie week 2, he'll pick a movie week 3, and so on and so forth until we conclude that. But the twist this year, because this is the third year we're doing Cinema Surprise. First year, completely random. Second year, we made a rule where it was like we couldn't, once a movie from a certain decade was chosen, we couldn't pick another movie from that decade. So if one of us took the 60s off the board, we no longer could pick that. That was the rule last year. This year, we are going back to that sort of whatever the fuck. But the twist is that amongst my 4 movies, I have found a connecting theme that is not like gonna jump out and grab you. It's like we're gonna have to get through all 4 of them before you go, I think I've got it. I think I know what's connecting all of these. So it's just kind of a connective tissue is the theme here this month. So Joe's going to have his 4 movies. I'm going to have my 4 movies. And obviously we are going to surprise each other every week with what the coming movie is. This week, Joe is surprising me with week 1. Mm-hmm. Where are we starting? Where are we starting with Cinema Surprise?
So sadly, you've seen just too many movies, so it's hard to get something that's like a first viewing for the both of us. And so I always try to look for something that's a first viewing, ideally for both of us. And then, like, I look for the more critically acclaimed. I don't want to throw, something kind of crazy out there. But I think I was too much on that. Like, I'm looking for just the
You
best
don't want to watch
best.
Rubber?
Rubber? Is that the rubber?
The evil tire?
Wait, what?
The tire that rolls around and kills people?
Rubber, 2010, man in wheelchair. Wiggs Hauser, Lieutenant Chad. I've never heard of Rubber, but maybe I do. Surprise, it's Rubber. No, it's not Rubber. So no, we're not going to Rubber. But a movie that, again, kind of like Nice Guys, I can't believe I've never gotten to it. In that similar vein, but I was hesitant for it because it doesn't feel like an August movie, perhaps.
Ooh.
Perhaps it feels more like a October movie, maybe.
Eat Me? Eat Me?
Not Eat Me. But...
No, fuck me? Okay.
Neither. Sadly. Sorry.
Suck me?
Not this month. But
I can keep going.
We're going to start with a sequel to a movie that I should have seen long, long ago with one of my very tippy-top favorite actors of all time that we just finished recently. This is 2019 Dr. Sleep, the sequel to The Shining. So I have no clue. Never seen it, but I can't believe I've never seen it for how much I love The Shining.
That is Kubrick a fun place to start.
So
okay.
It's not August,
okay.
So forgive me for jumping the horror a little early. But
yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'm one who believes it shouldn't be 1 month out of the year. And I'm already seeing Halloween decorations in Menards whenever I go. That's where I go snack shopping. That might be weird to hear for Menards for my snacks, but they got snack in bulk, so it's
there you go.
I was getting the Halloween, so yeah.
You can save big money with Menards.
You can, and I do, and this is why I return. There is even a rebate on everything if you're just not lazy enough. You have to turn in a form or mail
free ad read, free ad read. Menards, cut the check.
Yeah, thank you. Please sponsor me.
But yeah, that'd be awesome. Just Joe. Just sponsor Joe. Not the sentimentalist, just Joseph.
That would be incredible. If I could get sponsored by Menards, I'd take it in a heartbeat. I don't give a fuck what they want me to do.
Oh, yeah.
Anything.
I'll do anything for Menards.
I don't care. But yeah, no. Ewan McGregor, Rebecca Ferguson as well. She's been on the rise for me, so kind of cool to get
the
that
Hat
pair.
Woman.
That
yeah,
one.
You take enough Benadryl, and you'll see Rebecca Ferguson in that hat.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's motivating me to take more Benadryl.
I have no bearing. I have nothing. I have no visual on this movie. I've not seen anything. Like I don't know anything other than
once you've seen it, you shan't forget. I love that. I love that for a starting point. Dr. Sleep kicking it off, and my mind is already amuck with possibilities for what you could possibly be cooking up in that little brain ears there.
I think I do got something. I landed on something good in between.
Okay, so cool. Dr. Sleep being a starting point for Cinema Surprise is certainly a surprise. I did not see it coming, and I'm very, very pleased.
Okay. Then that is what I was going for. I was going for a surprise or a curveball to start.
Yeah. That's a good curveball because I don't even have an idea right now of like what it could be.
I hope you don't buy the fourth. I hope the fourth. I want it. What I'm trying to strike is that it isn't obvious whatsoever, but the fourth movie you're like, that's what I'm trying to kind of get. So that's okay. I'm hoping. But
interesting. Yeah, mine. I think you could catch earlier. I think you could. I don't think you'll know it for sure until the fourth. But I think you might have an idea of where I'm going up to that point. But regardless, I love that. Dr. Sleep is where we will be starting in August. Kyler, you ever seen Dr. Sleep?
I have not.
Have you seen The Shining?
I have seen The Shining.
Okay. Okay. Well, then that's all you need to have seen before, buddy. I'll see you next week for Dr. Sleep. No.
It is next week. This is true. I will. But
it is next Friday.
The nice part.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
Cross it off the list. But
I love it. I love it. Well, then, with that, we will conclude this episode of The Sentimentalists, and I will see you back next week for Cinema Surprise, where we'll be discussing Dr. Sleep. And I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph Drawers. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And I'm going deep cut with this. If you've been around for a long time, you'll like it. On the screen below me that I can see and you cannot, although some of you can, K-BEEZY, Kyler Barnett.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. Remember, fuck ice.